Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today's video is a get it all done type of video, and there is some St. Patrick's Day fun in here. By the time you're seeing this, it's a little less than a week away from St. Patrick's Day, and whether you don't celebrate at all or you actually full-blown do this, I have some yummy recipes that are gonna be in this video. No corned beef, we're not going that level. That will actually be on St. Patrick's Day. My husband already has one in the fridge. I'll show you guys later. But there's plenty of cleaning motivation, just some homemaking, and some decorating, whole mess of stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. If you guys haven't already, hit that red subscribe button if you enjoy what you see today. And I'm gonna go ahead first things first and show you today's to-do list. Here is a look at the to-do list. These are just the items I do not want to forget to do, but I'm sure I will have a lot more stuff to start tacking onto here because I couldn't remember everything I needed to do, but this was all the things that I absolutely did not want to forget. Get out of there. Okay, well, he's gonna hang out with the dirty clothes. Laundry is always a good first place for me to start because it takes the longest. And I asked the kids before bed last night to make a pile, and they threw them literally right in the middle of the walkway. That's the laundry room door over there. So I'm gonna start with that.
I want to be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my head down if I won. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like fun. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I want to be silly, baby, dance the night away. I'll kick my shoes off if I want. Let yourself be free, and maybe you will find that there is more to life than being pretty. Honey, let's just face it. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better.
I'm going to put all the recipes at the end of this, but I have to make this ahead of time, so I'm going to do that now. You just need any box of brownie mix that you like. I always get one that's 13 by 9 size because the size of my family, but again, just get any box of brownie mix you like and make it according to package, and then I'll show you the St. Patrick's Day part at the end of this video. But while I was in there grabbing this, I knew I was gonna remember some other stuff. First things first, I mentioned trap. If you want to do a leprechaun trap, you can use the back of Lucky Charms boxes. They have them on there now. They've had them for a couple of years like this. So you can do this and make it real simple and easy, or go on Pinterest and look up leprechaun traps, and there are some very, very elaborate things on there, or go over to my Instagram because I've got a bunch on there too. And the thing I said I forgot on my to-do list, I wanted to make some more elderberry syrup. I buy this from a girl here locally, but I usually buy the syrup already pre-done. She was out, so I bought the pack to make it myself, and I had to buy some raw honey, which is why I kept forgetting to make this. But I'm also going to put this on the stove while I'm working on the brownies.
I get so caught up in the middle, thinking of drowning in those blue eyes. I'm losing sight 'cause I am falling. I'm so deep down, and it's not a lie that I die. I can't hide what this is. Yeah, I keep drowning in those blue eyes, and you can tell me all of your lies. I will put out all of the fire if it gets too dark. I'll be your light. Be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too dark, I'll be your light. Be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too yeah. We stumble and fall. And it's not a lie that I die. I can't hide what this is. Yeah, I keep drowning in those blue eyes, and you can tell me all of your lies. I will put out all of the fire if it gets too dark. I'll be your light. Be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too dark, I'll be your light. Be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too dark.
Nobody told me to settle down. Day nights and late nights don't get around. But there's something about you I like. About you I like. You're crazy for saying I should slow down, but maybe I'm escaping the love we found. There's something about you I like. About you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Guess I'm just too scared to settle down. There'd be many nights I got too high and almost left town. But there's something about you I like. About you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better, yeah. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us.
I'm done decorating. I got these off of Amazon last year, might even been the year before, but there's so many sheets and they last such a long time. I think they were only like $6 or $7. And then this is all the scatter stuff I'm not using, although I'm debating changing out the size in that, but I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna leave it because I like the way it looks. And I've only decorated the dining room table and a little bit on this counter, a little bit on that counter, and the French entry table. That's literally the only places that I've put St. Patrick's Day stuff. All right, but the decorating is done and back to more cleaning. I have to go switch out the load and then I'm going to move on to the girls' room and oh man, it's so bad.
Now that I'm looking back, I can see all the signs I tried to fill in the cracks that were spread in my mind, but I was all out of hope, lost in an endless maze. The emptiness had afforded just like a void, but you
loud dryer, apologize. But I'm gonna start this once the kids get home from school and I can throw the rest of that in there because it's not a full load yet and I don't wanna waste it.
It's funny how easily a life can be torn apart. Why couldn't I simply see that I was sick?
And I completely take back what I said over at the washing machine. Between that basket and right here and the few clothes that are right here, it's enough to finish off that load, even though she brought out clothes last night, so I don't even know what this is.
Broke the coldness somehow and lit up a flame. Ooh, I was my own enemy, screamed out loud because it felt impossible in my bones, like getting blood out of the stone on my own. But you came around and removed the thorn in my soul. You guided me out of the storm. I found home in your arms of gold, in your arms of gold, in your arms of gold. I rise from the ashes with pins and patches. We carry on. I rise from the ashes. I heal from your passion. My doubts are gone. Oh, yeah. Felt impossible in my bones, like getting blood out of the stone on my own.
The beds are made. I have all of the trash, all of the dirty clothes, and the majority of the room is picked up. I'm not doing this by myself. I'm gonna have Brianna help me with this when she gets home from school, but that's all like the toys and shoes and bags. So this part can wait till she gets here. I came in the master to see if I need to actually wash it, and I don't, but I want to share these with you guys. If you like these sugar scrubs from Tree Hut, I found these yesterday in Ulta. They brought out a whole bunch of smells, but the pineapple and this sugared fantasy, this was the last one of these, and there was only like maybe 8 of these left. So good, both of those. Just like look at it. They are so nice and they smell absolutely amazing. So another thing I will point out, this is why it does not say floors, or why you will not see me do floors in this video, because I have to keep mopping every time we take our dogs outside because there's mud. It's been raining for like 3 days straight here, so we have footprints all over the floor and I constantly have to mop this. Like you can see, they are still wet, so don't worry, these are not old. These are fresh from just walking Hunter. Luckily Mako avoids the mud. I mean, with him being white, thank goodness, but it is a little bit on the front of his leg there, as you see. But yeah, this is why you don't see me doing the floors, because I'm constantly doing the floors for the last like 3 days. But this way you guys know, this is what I'm doing. I just have this and a microfiber attached to the end of my Swiffer to clean it up, because I have to do it so frequently and I don't want to ruin another mop. So I just spray that down and then take this and just go over all the muddy paw prints. And I've done this about 4 times now today, but it works. Let's move into the first recipe. I mean, obviously we made the brownies earlier, but we're not counting that. So it's going to be a Guinness glazed meatball. You're just gonna do this normal size, not the family size bag, in the oven according to the package directions, but that's that part. And then all of this is for the glaze. I do not have everything I need for the recipe I'm copying, so I'm going to kind of wing it and just let you guys know how it goes, but there so far is what you're gonna need. The best I can tell you, in a pot, you're going to put all of this, 2 bottles of the Guinness, you're going to put 1 teaspoon of the garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of minced onion, then you're gonna have a 1/4 cup of honey, a 1/2 cup of ketchup. This you're going to go about 3 tablespoons, maybe all the way up to 1/4 cup. That's on you. And then this you're going to do after that's all cooked for about 20 minutes. You're gonna put in 4 teaspoons of that and then 5 more minutes to cook it. First things first, when you pour the beer in, even if you pour gently, it's still gonna foam up really, really high. Like you could see on the edges of the pot where it came up to. So just be careful, but it will go down. But you wanna bring this up to a simmer, and then once you get it to a simmer, turn it down to low and let it cook for 20 minutes. And while it's cooking for those 20 minutes, put your meatballs in the oven at 350. Oh, the other thing I will say is make sure to stir it pretty regularly, and getting the bottom of this, it does have sugar in there, so if you don't, it will just all sink to the bottom and it will burn quickly, so just make sure you're stirring this very frequently. That has been simmering for 20 minutes. Now it wants you to add 4 teaspoons of cornstarch and whisk it in. I always find it gets really lumpy if I ever do that, so I'm gonna put some of that hot liquid in here, whisk it in here first so I get all the lumps out, then whisk it into there and cook another 5 minutes. Okay, put the meatballs in there. Now I'm just gonna cover them with the glaze and see how this turns out. It looks more like meatball soup, but either way, give it a few minutes just to thicken up in there as well. You can eat these like this as an appetizer or serve them over mashed potatoes, rice, make a full-blown dinner out of them. We're just gonna go appetizer style tonight. After having sampled them, the flavor is really good. They are very strong on the dark beer flavor still, so if you are one of those that's sensitive to that, I don't recommend this recipe, but otherwise that has some really, really good flavor on it. And it is kind of a thinner glaze, but it is thickening as it goes, and it is coating pretty well. So that's another thing, is you can add a little more cornstarch to thicken it up better, but you really don't need to. These are good as is. On to recipe number 2, and this is all you need right here. It is a pesto English muffin pizza with bell pepper, because if you cut the bell pepper right, it kind of looks like a little shamrock shape on top, and I'll show you in a second, but that's all you need right there. Step 1, split your English muffins in half, put them on your tray. I'm again using foil lined, that's just my personal preference. And then you're gonna take a scoop of pesto, store-bought, homemade, whatever you wanna do, and you're going to put a scoop on top of each one of these like pizza sauce. Next step, cover them in cheese. Take your bell peppers. You're going to cut the top and the bottom off, and then run a knife around the inside, so that way you could just pull this out and you're left with something that looks like this. Then you're gonna cut them as like thin as you want them, as thin as you can, honestly, so that way they cook all the way through. But then you're gonna take them and put them on top, just like that. There they are, and honestly, I didn't wanna cut a whole nother pepper just for 2, so I'm gonna do this for now and just eat those plain without the pepper. But this is what they look like, and honestly, the further down you get toward the bottom of the bell pepper, it looks more shamrocky shape, but I mean, they're still pretty close. And either way, it's still a green bell pepper, it's green sauce, it fits with the theme, we're just gonna run with it. But put these in a 425-degree oven for about 9 to 10 minutes, just until like the cheese is nice and bubbly and it looks like it's done. You know what pizzas should look like, and hopefully these will be cooked all the way through. Ignore the burnt cheese all over the pan, I was messy, but either way, there they are. They look and smell really good, even though that pepper split, but that's all right. But these did come out really, really cute, so I'm happy with them, and they do taste really good. I already bit the one without the pepper, but now I'm going in for one of these. Now let's work on making the brownies appropriate for St. Patrick's Day, and that is with the frosting. So you need 1.5 ounces of unsweetened chocolate. I found this in the baking section at Walmart. It's not hard to find. They also have name brands, but who really cares? 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and then you're gonna need vanilla. This is the same thing as Bailey's. This is the Aldi version. I'll show you that bottle up close in a minute. 1/2 and 1/2, and powdered sugar. But the measurements on these are 2 cups of the powdered sugar, 3 tablespoons of the 1/2 and 1/2, 1 tablespoon of this, but if you like more of that flavor, go for it. 1/2 a teaspoon of the vanilla. Make sure your butter is softened, put that in there and let that beat around for a minute while you melt your chocolate. And then take 1.5 ounces of this, break it apart and melt it in your microwave just until it's melted, but don't let it burn. Give the chocolate a second to cool down just a little bit, and then put it in there with your butter, and then you're gonna beat this up. And I went ahead and threw the vanilla in there too at this point, just because why not? Add the powdered sugar 1 cup at a time into there. That crumbly mess is why I said 1 cup at a time, because now you're going to put 1 to 2 tablespoons of this in before you put your next cup of powdered sugar. This is with both cups of the powdered sugar, but we're still missing 1 tablespoon of the 1/2 and 1/2, and go ahead and do the 1 tablespoon of your Irish cream, whichever kind you have. There it is. This is the Aldi brand product of Ireland. They do have like a mint one and an apple, and I think I even saw a strawberry one, but I just went with the original. This consistency right here is about 1 minute of beating it once all the ingredients are in it, but I'm gonna scrape down the sides of the bowl, let it go for like another 2 minutes or so, and then this will be done. There is the icing. It is absolutely delicious, and you do not have to worry about the alcohol in here. There is not enough to hurt your kids. Do not worry about that. It is literally 1 tablespoon in the entire thing. And also, if you do not have the Irish cream, or you don't want to use that and you have Irish whiskey on hand, you can switch that out for this in equal ratios. It gives it a little more of a kick, but yeah, if you have that and you want to switch it out, go for it. That icing is insane. I could not stop licking the bowl. I am just telling you now. And you don't have to put it over brownies. Brownies are very decadent. You can put this over a chocolate cake. I would even eat this over like a yellow cake, or maybe even like some cookies. But either way, that icing, wow. But that is going to do it for this one. Those 3 recipes, I don't have a bad thing to say about any of them, and I'm not a beer person. I'm definitely not a dark beer person, and those meatballs are very good. The little pizzas, amazing, and that icing, I'm not even gonna talk about it. I just have to have some self-control when it comes to that pan here in a little while. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I hope you guys have a wonderful St. Patrick's Day. I know we're still about a week out, and I will have more recipes and stuff over on my Instagram, so you guys can check that one out. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.